Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Faith. I write literary fiction. If you want to know more about that, you can go to my other videos. But today we're going to be talking about the tropes I love, which I haven't made like the part 2 of this video. Well, I made the Viscod trope, literary fiction tropes I hate video, but that was like 4 videos ago. So this is coming a little late, but like that's because I had to make sure I liked one of the last trope on this list. Right, yeah. Okay, so how I'm going to do this video is I'm going to go from the number 10 spot to the number 1 spot. And number 10 is like my least favorite of the favorite tropes, literary fiction tropes. And number 1 is my like all-time favorite literary fiction trope. Yeah, so I'm just going to say what the name of the trope is and tell you like my definition of it, because like technically speaking these aren't actual well, they are tropes, but it's just like I'm just making up names for them because I don't know what to call them. And then I'm gonna say why I like it. Okay, yeah, so let's get into the video. So at the number 10 spot is the famous trope. And when I say famous trope, I mean like celebrities who are in the spotlight a lot. So like people who are really close to pop stars, or actually why am I saying that, but like I mean yeah, but like yeah, those people, actors, what else, people, I guess models could be included in this list. It's usually like actors and actresses, and then like music people. I don't know what they're called. People who make music are called like, I know, like singers or rappers or whatever. People who are really close to those types of people, that's what I consider the famous people trope. And so I guess let's just say some things about this trope. So typically in this books that have this trope, the writing isn't the best, and the topic isn't, I don't know, it doesn't feel serious, because it's just like you can watch it on YouTube, just like, I don't know, watch a YouTube video on a like discussion of those topics easily. And I feel like books, when they do it, it's usually surface level, whatever. The reason why this trope is on my list in the first place is because I feel like this trope uses twists and shock value and just like stuff like that to make you actually like the book. Like towards the ending they'll have something, and I feel like they are they leave you guessing, I guess. And they're just like, they ask a question in the beginning of the book and then they answer it later in the book, and it shocks you how it's answered. In order to like these books, like the twist and the twist has to be good, because if the twist isn't good, then the book isn't good. But an author I'd consider who writes this type of fiction is Taylor Jenkins Reid's. Yeah, so like the twist has to be good. But yeah, I love it because it just feels like a palate cleanser. Like it's nothing too serious. It's like the, I don't want to say the fun book, but like, yeah, the palate cleanser for me, because I don't like books, like unserious books, like Weird Girl Lit. I don't like that. Like I just don't like books that are just, okay, I don't like books that are just very I don't know, it feels useless, or like I don't like there to be a lot of things wrong with the book. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like I guess I don't like regular palate cleanser books, but the famous trope always gets me. So yeah. Then at the number 9 spot, let me see, I have these in like a random order, because like I wrote 10 tropes I love and then I ranked them, so like bear with me. Okay, so then at the number 9 spot we have the past trope. So the past trope is like, or what I mean by that is that the story talks a lot about the past and just like a character's past. And yeah, that's just it. I just like knowing people's history, and I just, it works for me. It just works. And it's like, I don't know how to say like more, because it's just like, it's a thing that works because just the past is interesting, and I just feel like, I don't know, I want to know like a character study and like how a character's past influences their present and just like things like that. So yeah, I like that trope. I Can it be done badly? It can, depending on like how it's done, but like the past trope, like the reason why it's lower on the list is because I feel like there's some methods that use the like past trope, I guess, in a better way than just like in general, because in general sometimes it doesn't hit. But yeah, okay, so at the number 8 spot, let's see, is the whole town trope. I love the whole town trope. So the whole town trope, what I mean by that is, wow, cars going by. But anyways, is like when you follow this community, or yeah, this community of people. It doesn't matter like what type of community. It doesn't matter if it's a town, if it's like a hotel, if it's like everyone at a school, just like whatever, and you just hop around in each person's brain. And usually like the book centers around something in order to make it like a book instead of like a short story or something. And for Beartown, the thing that it was centered around was the when the best hockey player in their town sexually assaults a girl in their town who's the coach's daughter. Yeah. So then you just follow people's perspectives and whatever. And I really like that trope because like I'm just a nosy person. I just want to know what's happening in people's lives. I don't know. Like, and it's like these books often have characters. Is characters the right, or archetypes, or what is it? I don't know, something for characters where it's just like very one note, like the popular girl, like you know that thing where it's the popular girl, the nerd, except for like adults, and I eat it up every time. Like I do not care what type of just like, I don't know, stereotypical, like not stereotypical, but like what type of is it archetype or is it like character? I don't know, but like yeah, I don't care like how many of those characters are in there because like I'm just nosy and I just want to know what's happening in other people's lives. So yeah, just if I'm let in through that way, then it's like I'll be really happy with the book. Now at the number 7 spot, sports. Sports is just like a thing that I never thought I'd like in a book because I don't like sports in real life, but sports in books just work for me. So sports obviously means like the main character plays a sport, or like yeah, the main character plays some sort of sport. And what I like about it is that first off, I like the idea of a person's body being their career, and I like the discussions about that. And just like yeah, because I feel like that would just be such a scary experience, because it's like if your body breaks down then your career is done. And that's just such an interesting topic to me. And then also what I love about sports is that there's just inner conflict no matter what, because like first off there's the body being your career, then there's also just like if you guys are having this competition with another team or just like another person, depending on what the sport is and how it works, there's the conflict of who will win this match or this game or whatever. And that's just like conflict, and there's just like so much more conflict, and it's just like there because sports inherently have just like conflict within it. And it's just like you don't have to try hard to be to have conflict in your book. And I feel like yeah, so it's just like it's a very much plotty type of book. It just works. It works because it never falls flat. Like a lot of literary fiction, I feel like sometimes because nothing's going on, the book isn't wait, sports is at number 6. Oopsies. Something else is at number 7. Okay, let me finish the sports rant, then we'll go to number 7. I accidentally flipped these, whoopsies. But yeah, sports is just like, I feel like literary fiction kind of falls flat sometimes because there's no plot, and then it just feels like a character just wandering around. But like with a sport as like a main thing in a book, it never falls flat because there's just like there's conflict, and I love it. Okay, so the thing that I accidentally switched around, because sports is at number 6, and number 7 is someone dies. So the reason why I say someone dies instead of grief is because we know the character who dies, basically. Yeah. So basically, we grieve the person who dies because we know who they are, and it's not just like us seeing a character grieve someone else. It's about like knowing the person who died, so that we too can grieve the person like the character does. And I feel like this trope just like makes us more empathetic to the character. And though I think you can still be empathetic to the character even if we don't know the person who died, I feel like it just like it goes to a deeper level because it's just like we're grieving the character too, and it's just like inherently we're just gonna care more, I guess. So I love that trope. And it's like not just, especially when it's at the end of the novel, like yeah, it gets us crying, and just like I don't know, it always works. At the number, I'll have something in my eye. Okay. Plus this video is probably going to be really short because when I talk about tropes I like, or just like things I like, I don't talk as much as I do when it comes to things I hate, because just like I don't know, there's something about hating something that makes you rant, but then it's like if you like something, it's just like yeah, I just like it, here's a reason why. We're done there, let's go on to the next thing. So I don't know, this is gonna be a shorter video. Sorry about, actually not sorry about that, because who cares? I just have been making longer videos lately, and it just feels a little weird to me to probably like edit a 30-minute video. I did film this video beforehand. Not that that matters to you guys, but like I just didn't like it because I thought it was too short, and this video is also going to be too short because I feel like I wasn't going in depth, but I think I was going in depth. I'm just like overthinking it, so whatever. I'm just filming this again. I'll probably still delete the other one because I'm trying to be more in depth here, but I don't know if I am. I tried at least. Okay, so the next trope we have at the number 5 spot is the marriage trope. So the marriage trope is when we follow a married couple and just like the conflict that they have within them. So the reason why this trope works is that it talks about the past. As I said, the past trope is gonna just like follow us into other tropes. It shows like the past of a romantic relationship, and just like how that affects their future. And it also shows just like how decisions made by one partner can affect another partner, can affect their partner, and just like how, I don't know, things that feel like they don't matter end up mattering in the end. And I just, it works. I feel like I keep saying it works because these things just do work. Let me put my leg. Okay, whatever. But yeah, it works. And just like I like relationships, and just like how they fall apart. Like I don't know, I'm just it's fun. It's fun to watch. There's a lot of drama obviously because like they're fighting and stuff, and just like I don't know, I'm just a messy person. I like watching mess happen. So yeah. Okay, so at the number 4 spot, we have family dramas. So family dramas can relate to the marriage trope and another trope that's going to show up on this list. But the difference between a family drama and like a specific drama within a family is that a family drama, what I consider a family drama, is there's this family and then there's like multiple dramas happening within it. Like it's not just focused on one drama, it's focused on at least 2 dramas. So yeah. And in my hated tropes video, I said I hated family sagas. A family saga is like the history of a family, and a family drama is the drama that happens within a family. So just like the conflict and whatever, because of obviously again the past, trope is going to be within this, because like the past affects the relationships that the characters have with each other. And just like we watch as just like, I don't know, the whole family is just having drama. And the sibling trope I have on this list, so I'm trying not to talk too much about like sibling drama, but like I just like the idea that things in your past can first off just like affect things. Just like with family, you are forced to be with them from like the very beginning. So it's like when they stick together despite their conflict, you just get like a very interesting I don't know, a very interesting story, because like despite the reasons why they shouldn't be together, they are. And it's like I feel like there's just like this obligation that people feel, and they'll I probably like I know why they have that obligation, and I think I don't know, I'm usually on the side of them sticking together, but that's because I don't know, that's just me. But like whatever, so then we just watch that drama, and I feel like it goes on a deeper level. Yeah, I guess because they were forced to be there. I don't know, I really like it. At the number 3 spot, we have old person telling story. So typically it's old person telling story, though it can just be one person telling the other person a story no matter what. As long as, yeah, the story is being told to someone, it works. I say old person telling story because like it typically is the older person. And the reason why this works is because, first off, again, this deals with the past trope again, like you're talking about the past. But yeah, I just feel like people have interesting stories, and like specifically let's talk about like older people telling their life story. I feel like older people, because they've experienced more life, they have more to like, I don't know, say, is that correct? Like, yeah, they have more to say, yeah, because they've just like experienced things. They have regrets in their life, and they just like have just like such positive things that have happened in their life, and they just like have like the worst things that have ever happened in their life. And it's just like it's such an overview of just like life in general, because they've lived for so long, so they can just like tell their lessons and just whatever. And I feel like this just feels like an older person telling you what's happened in their life in general. And I just feel like that's just like so interesting when like older people talk about their lives, because like they've learned so much. And I just feel like in a book form, it just again, I'm gonna say it works, because like it just feels like the oldest form of storytelling just used in a literary fiction book, and it's always going to work for me. I think the publishing industry needs to publish more books like this, because they're so fun to watch, and just like, I mean, not fun to watch, but like so fun to listen to just like the things that people derive from their life. Well, derive, is that the correct word? Like the things that people think about their life because of different circumstances, or the lessons people gain from their life because of different circumstances that happened in their life. And I think that's so interesting. And I think just like watching people like waste their life, because like sometimes it just feels like some characters are just wasting their life, or like they're not in the current moment of wasting their life, but they talk about how they wasted their life and how that. And I find that so sad. And I don't know, I feel like older people just like it always works. And though my book is about a younger person, that's why I'm just like kind of just like, oh, whoopsies, a younger person telling her therapist her just like life story. I just find it just like interesting in general, just a character talking about their life, because like I think there's just like so much to gain from someone telling their story, because just like it's fun. And I feel like at the end of the day, what I love about literary fiction is characters, and just like a character's life. Like that's at the end of the day what I hope to achieve, like hope to learn about a character. And I feel like that's why I don't like tropes like weird girl lit, and just like things that are so vague on a character, because like at the end of the day, I want to know about a character. I want to know the lessons that a character learned. I want to know what's happened in a character's life. I want to know all of that. And that's just like what makes literary fiction for me. And yeah, because like when I was a kid, I used to read graphic novels, contemporary graphic novels, like Sister, no, not Sister. Actually, I did read that, but Smile, The Babysitter Club, Real Friends, Ghost, Drama, Roller Girl, just like all those books about like, I don't know, it felt like sad girl lit, but for children. And I feel like what I loved about those books so much and what led me to just like reading contemporary fiction and eventually literary fiction was just this idea about just this character and just like how their lives are without anything else, like I don't know, yeah, I just liked these character studies, or like not even studies. I don't want to have a character study because I feel like character studies are just like why a person acts the way they do, and it's like I don't want to know why a character acts the way they do. I want to know just like what a character has experienced, because I feel like everyone's lives are so interesting, because just like first off, it's not your lived experience. I mean, sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, and I just feel like, I don't know, people just are so interesting, and I feel like we just like don't give people enough credit for that, because like if you talk to your local older person, they can give you just like their life story or just like some story from their past, and like you just see how rich it is and just like how it just feels like an old story just like there to consume. And I love it. I love it. Yeah, I just love characters talking about their past and just like especially telling another person it, because like when they tell another person, like specifically like a younger person, I feel like they're trying to pass down their knowledge to a younger person, and find that interesting. And also I find just like interesting, yeah, just like that dynamic between telling a story to another person. And I feel like it feels like, I don't know, older people don't have this, they don't have the chance to talk about their story until like obviously they get older or whatever, but it just feels, I don't know, it's great, and it feels like it's something lifted off of their chest when they talk about it, because it's like they haven't said it, they've never told anyone their story, and I find that just like so, I don't know, I feel like it's relieving for them. I don't know, whatever. Let's go on to the next trope, because whatever, we're going on. Okay, at the number 2 spot, we have the sibling trope. So the sibling trope is basically siblings in general, just like any sibling trope. Like this could be sibling drama, this could be a sibling that has left. Let's talk about sibling drama, then let's talk about sibling that has left, because I feel like these are 2 separate categories, and though I didn't make these 2 separate tropes, they are very different, but they are also like, I don't know, the same, because they're siblings, whatever. So sibling drama. So sibling drama is often just like there because, and when I say sibling trope, I mean like the main thing of this novel has to be the sibling relationship, or at least it has to be a very big component, because I do not want to see those books. Okay, let me stop hating on weird girl lit, because like I feel like I keep doing that because it's so vague. If you watch my other video, I went on a whole rant about it. I might link it in the description, but I might forget. I'll probably forget. Sorry about that, because I probably did forget. Whoopsies. But yeah, I don't mean it in like in the weird girl lit way where it's just like, oh, there's some sort of, there might be, usually it's a drama with a parent, actually, that's usually what it is. But if it is a sibling, how it would go is like the sibling drama is just like there, but it's not fully like the main focus. I need it to be the main focus. So sibling drama is often correlated to, I keep saying just like words because I just like want to say them, but like let me actually use words that I completely and 100% know, because if I'm using any of these words wrong, I'm gonna be like, bro, why'd you try to attempt that? But whatever. Usually sibling relationships are just like the drama within a relationship is due to either the family order, like are you the oldest, are you the youngest, are you a middle child, or it's like how the parents treated them. So like did another character get more love, or did another character get less love? Was another character just like less talented than their talented sibling who got all the love from their parent? Like, whatever, something like that. Is there a third thing that causes drama? Oh, I guess technically speaking, there's the outside force thing, but I feel like the outside force thing also is like the sibling that left trope, whatever. So yeah. So let's just go into like the two types of sibling dramas. So family order. So obviously, no, not family order, sibling order. If you're the oldest, then maybe you have like this responsibility to take care of your younger siblings or whatever, something like that. If you're the youngest, maybe you've been left out. If you're the middle child, maybe you just like don't exist in the family or whatever. Well, is that true? No, what do middle children do? I don't know. There's something. But even like when the things are just like played with, just like, and it's not like the typical sibling thing, I just feel like the order of your sibling tree, okay, like the order that you were born in plays a big role into drama that happens within sibling relationships. Then the second thing that is just like, I feel like the biggest reason drama happens is because the parent. So the parent loves one child more, and so then this creates this conflict between the two siblings because like one sibling is jealous that they didn't get as much love. And why did this happen? It's either like the family order, as I said, like family order is also important. So like maybe the parents like the younger sibling better because like, I don't know, they were younger, and this older sibling is jealous of that. Or it's one of the siblings was more talented, so the parents liked them more. Or one child was easier, and like with mental health, like glass child versus the person who makes them the glass child. And just like because of that, like just like the way that parents treat their children can affect the children's relationships with each other. And I find that just like the whole dynamic interesting, and you can do it a million times over, like the same type of relationship, and I will still love it because I love sibling books. And I have a bunch of siblings, so I just like, I feel like I'm always relate. Well, I don't have a bunch of siblings, I have 3 siblings, but I always relate to a lot of it. So yeah, there's that. And then there's the sibling who's left, the sibling who left out of the sibling trope. So the sibling who left is like either the sibling dies, or the sibling has some sort of addiction, or the sibling just like leaves due to other forces, I guess. Like there's some big conflict, and then they just like, it never resolves or something like that. So yeah, let's go into the specifics for each one again, and then I'm gonna do like an overall sibling trope, blah blah blah. Okay, so the sibling who dies, I have siblings obviously, and like I love one of them. I don't know the rest of it. Okay, actually no, but you know, I like all of them. But yeah, no, the sibling who dies, that always like gets my heart because like I'm just really close with my younger sister, and I don't know, I can't imagine that happening, and I feel so bad, and it's just like, it's just I just start getting so sad and just like whatever, because like I just can't imagine that happening to my siblings or whatever, and just like the things people I guess deal with. And then also the sibling addiction trope, I also like that one because like, again, I can't imagine it happening to my sibling, and it always makes me cry when siblings are separated by something. I guess we're not going to talk about the other force that happens, because the other force just is just something random that happens. It's like addiction, death, and then etc. That's what the other forces basically is. So yeah, and yeah, it just makes me so sad because like I cannot deal with siblings being separated. I watched Sinners, and just like that was the biggest thing that made me just like sit down and start just like bawling, like the siblings being separated, because it always pulls at my heartstrings. Like I will always cry if siblings are separated in any way. I can't do it. I'm going to start bawling. But yeah, siblings, just like in general, the drama that happens within siblings, the way siblings leave each other, and just like whatever, it will always have a special place in my heart, because like it is the saddest trope to me, and just like I love it so much. That's how, just like put siblings in a book and then I'll start bawling, like whatever. So now we're at the number 1 spot. Okay, let me close my book because we don't need that anymore. And the number 1 trope is the ambiguous ending. So the ambiguous ending is what makes literary fiction. I feel like just literary fiction is an ambiguous ending, and just like that trope always works. It always, I don't know, it's really good. So the ambiguous ending trope is like what the name is. Like, this is like the actual naming of the trope. Like, I didn't just make this up. It's just like when at the end of a book, the book could go any way, and it's just like very ambiguous what's going to happen next. Because like usually books, well, not usually books, because literary fiction, this is like a very common trope, but like in a lot of books, let's just say that, what you have is like there will be an ending, and what happens next, it feels like you can predict it. But then when it comes to the ambiguous ending trope, there's like multiple different things that could happen next. It just depends on like how the story goes. And I feel like that's true of real life, because like if you end a story at like the ending of just like some point in a person's life, you don't know what's gonna happen next with them, because like they could go in a good route or they could go in a bad route. And I feel like if this trope leaves you thinking, and just like, yeah, because like you're thinking what could happen if this thing happened, like if they go down this path, or if they go down this path, or if they go down this path, what will happen. And I just feel like it's just like, it's what literary fiction is made for. Because I feel like when a literary fiction, like in fact I feel like most literary fiction books should have the ambiguous ending trope, because I feel like when a book ends like happy in literary fiction, that often doesn't make sense, because literary fiction just feels like a life, and it's like following a life, and then just like you randomly stop, and then usually the happy thing, if it ends happily, it feels like a fairy tale, and because of that it feels just like unreal. And some books can pull off the happy trope, and that's because of the book. It is the happy ending trope, but that's because like typically these books are like lighter in nature, and just like it makes sense that it could end happily. But usually ambiguous ending, like I almost always advocate for like an ambiguous ending. And then if the ending is too depressing, then it feels like just like, why did I read this book? Like I'm just like sad, and I'm just like, it doesn't leave me thinking. It's just like, oh, okay, dang, like that's what happened. Actually, yeah. I was thinking of another book that has that trope, but like, yeah, no, that was an ambiguous ending. Yeah, so I love ambiguous endings, and I want to know like the multiple different ways things can go, and I just imagine both ways, and it's just like this conflict about what will happen next, and it's just like there's just this conflict in your brain that happens because the book didn't leave you with something. And I feel like some people are like, oh wow, these I guess open-ended, and like people are like, oh, it didn't wrap everything up, it feels useless because like what actually happens. It's like, I don't know, I feel like it's your imagination that's supposed to like leave you thinking what happens next, and I feel like if you don't have that, then it's not going to work for you. And I feel like, yeah, people are like, oh my gosh, like what, I still have questions. But I feel like if you just cut a life short, just like, I mean, not cut a life short, that sounds like killing off a character. No, I mean like you are listening to a character's story to like this point, like once you leave that character's life, there's always just like this ambiguity. I don't know, I'm just making things up, but like there's always this like sense of wonder as to what happens next, and I feel like that's true of real life. And because literary fiction mimics real life, I feel like it's true. It usually is the truest ending a literary fiction book can have. So I love this trope. It always works for me. Yeah, and that's the ending of this video. I like the fact that the best literary fiction trope is the ending trope, and then just like we're gonna end this video. I don't know, I decided to just say that. That's probably not that interesting. I'm just talking, so like whatever. But yeah, so this is the ending of the video. Thanks for watching. If you want to know more about like literary fiction books I like, you can watch my books I like videos, my books that inspire me as a writer videos. If you want to just like see more about the book I'm writing, then I have my writing vlogs and my just like writing videos in general. But yeah, they're in a playlist. I might link them down below. Who knows? I'll try to do something. But anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.